This cast iron pan has been sitting on top of my stove since Wednesday, and as you can tell, it is not clean. Okay, you're supposed to season cast iron pans and keep it seasoned in between uses. That way it becomes virtually non-stick. However, because my pan is a grill pan and it's harder to clean, I have a tendency to let it sit on the top of the stove for a few days, and the food gets crusted on. It gets even harder to clean, and then I don't take the time to re-season it correctly. Technically, the food, you should just be able to wipe it out after you're done, and it effectively re-seasons the pan for you. But if you leave it there for 3 or 4 days, no, it's just going rancid and nasty, and you have to re-clean it all over again. But I'm going to show you how you're supposed to season cast iron today. And in case you're wondering, I look like this for a reason today. I'm baking, and I don't have anywhere else to go. So just to vouch for my appearance today, here's my baking experiment being given a rise. I won't show you what's under it right now. Okay, since I've left it for so long, I have to give it a little bit of dish soap. Spray it down. But unlike your regular food-coated pots and pans, you can't leave it in the sink to sit. You have to actually soak it immediately and dump the water out, or it's going to start to rust. So I'm probably going to have to do this in stages, where I'm going to have to scrub as much as I can quickly off, and then once I can't get any more with the soapy water that's in here, I'll have to dump it and try it again, and maybe dry it out between each time. Okay, so this pan actually, it wasn't as bad as I was fearing, and it's probably because what I cooked in it was some pretty lean pork chops, so it wasn't something that was heavily marinated, that had a lot of crap in the marinade, so there wasn't a lot of burning on. So I've only had to dump the water twice. So now I'm just going through and trying to smooth out any rough spots. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to dry it the best I can with paper towels. And I'll show you how to reseason. Okay, so while I'm drying this out, I'm going to preheat my oven to 500 degrees. And, okay, we're close to the middle on that rack there. Get out all the water that I can. And it's okay if you see some gunk come out as you're drying it off. It doesn't mean that you need to re-wash it. That's just some of the oil that has coated the iron in the past, sort of seeping up. And it's fine. It's basically sanitary at this point, and we're about to put it in the oven and kill off anything that may be potentially lurking in there. Okay, now I have some cooking oil here. It's just basic canola oil, because that's what we use. And you can use any kind of oil you want, really, as long as it's something that's not heavily flavored or infused. So you wouldn't want to use like an infused garlic oil or anything like that, because it's probably going to stink. But just give the inside of the pan a light coating all over. Okay, and we're going to put it in the oven. You might want to wait and do this on a day where it's not sweltering outside, because your house is going to be hot. It's starting to smell so bad in here. What I didn't warn you about is that if you haven't cleaned your oven in a while, and whether that means you getting on your hands and knees and scrubbing, or doing the self-clean cycle, whenever you turn your oven up to 500 degrees for this long, you're going to start burning stuff. Okay, it's been in here for about 10 minutes, and I'm going to guess that's enough. You see it's smoking a little bit? And really, you just want to get it heated through. And take it out and get the smoke out of your house. I don't know if you can see the smoking from this angle. I can see it. But as soon as it cools down just a little bit, I'm going to get another paper towel and wipe out some of the excess oil, and we're going to let it cool completely, and then we'll store it. That's it. Now, I've seen a recommendation that you store the seasoned cast iron pans between paper towels so that the oil that comes out doesn't leach onto other things in your cabinets, and that's a very good idea. What will happen is that it'll continue to bleed a little bit during the storage process, and that's perfectly normal. It's just one of the properties of cast iron. So if you want to wrap it in a towel before you put it in your dish drawer, it's a really good idea.